What up? What up? What up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is about evolution. Is it real? Is it not? Do the biblical story tell a better picture? I got with me special guest Black Mellow in the building. What's up with you?
What up? What up?
All right, man. Look, every now and then we like to get together. We like to build, you know what I mean, and talk about certain things. And this is one topic that, we can kind of get together and talk about and build on it. Now, you do not believe in evolution. I happen to believe in evolution. Okay. And, but that doesn't mean that there is not a better explanation out there. Now, some might feel like, you know what? There's no need to look for other solutions. There's no need to look for other ways of humanity coming on this planet. The Bible tells it all in that story. Period. End of discussion. There's no other explanation needed. But then there are some people, some scientists, things like that come along and they say, look, there's another way that this could have actually have happened. We could have been, we could have evolved from other earlier primates. Now, some respect that, some reject that. Okay. Let me ask you, Black, do you believe that evolution happened not just to human beings, but to any other animals? Or is it a thing at all? Or is it just some make-believe stuff? What are your thoughts?
I believe in aspects of evolution. I don't believe in the totality of the evolutionary experience of mankind, starting from gorillas, chimpanzees, monkeys, animals, primates, subhuman entities to evolve into becoming the brilliant, forward thinking, fifth dimensional entity creatures with a spirit and soul that's divine, separated from all other creatures that have
Mm,
ever been created on this
mm,
planet. I
mm,
don't believe that aspect. I do believe in a aspect that things start from one point, they develop and they grow, and sometimes into an entirely different thing that was not previous. So, just simplifying that perception, some people would categorize that as a type of evolution. I'm with that type of evolution. Some things start one place, grow, develop, and become something totally different. I'm with that, but not as far as the human experience goes. Our spirit is different, our soul is different, our flesh is different, our our experience is different. Everything about the human being has a beginning, in my understanding, that was divinely created to be specifically what it is. Now, our inventions have changed and evolved. Yes, our way of life have developed. We came up with technologies that would change our experiences. We came up with languages that would develop our communication towards one another, which will enhance our experience. Yes, all of these things are sort of sub evolutionary experiences that would progress the human experience, but at the same time, the essence of who we are as human beings, when we were created, we were human at the inception of our experience. The very
Okay.
first human was human. He was
Okay.
not a
So
gorilla, a chimpanzee, or a
okay.
monkey.
So let me ask. So you said some key things there. You said a mouthful. First of all, you said that human beings are divine. I guess you're saying that we're more divine than other animals. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And you don't necessarily believe in evolution in the form of biology. You believe in evolution in the form of progress. Is that fair to say?
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty
Okay, not
much
not not
what I'm
not a
saying.
biological evolution, but a progressive evolution, like
Yes.
language and things like that.
Technology, language,
Technology.
culture, things that enhance our human experience. There's absolutely unquestionably been an evolution in our experience, especially to the tune of 6,000 years ago, when you've seen the experience of humanity propel from technology wise to being to just basically cooking, killing things and cooking it on a fire,
Okay.
to the development of how we experience preparation of our foods and preservation of them even to this day.
All right. Let me ask you this. What is the fastest animal on this planet?
I believe it's a bird.
It's a hawk, right?
Yeah.
Is the hawk divine?
I don't believe the hawk is divine.
It's the fastest animal on the planet. What
Hmm.
is the fastest running animal on the planet?
Believe that's a cheetah.
That's a cheetah. Is that animal divine?
I don't believe it's divine.
What's the biggest animal on this planet?
I don't know. You could say a mammal is a whale.
I think it's the blue whale or the sperm whale. I think it's the blue
Something like
whale.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that divine?
I don't believe no animal
What
or
is what is the
creature
what
is
is the
divine.
smartest animal on this planet?
Animal,
Yeah.
the categorization of an animal is subhuman. Not sure.
It is the human being.
I said
Okay.
subhuman.
No, human being
Animals are
human
subhuman.
no. Listen. I'm
That's where
when
we
what
differ. But go ahead.
human beings are animals. Why? Because we are mammals. We even have a category. We're mammals. We come from the
Wait a minute.
primate family.
Hold on.
We
Hold on.
we
Let me stop you right there. Because this is where specifically we're going to differ. I disagree with that statement right there in and of itself. I don't consider human beings, I don't acknowledge human beings as being even par with animals.
why not? Do we give birth in the same form that other animals do? Do we
Don't
lay
matter.
eggs or do we give birth to live beings? Like, are we warm-blooded or are we cold-blooded?
Don't
What
matter.
separates us from other animals?
Well, we have what you would call a a spirit that is of a higher uh, entity. Everyone don't have the same spirit,
And how
but
you know
yet and
this how?
still, well, we have we have what you would call a spirit and a soul.
And other animals don't have a spirit or a soul, and you know this how?
I'm not sure. I've never heard an animal tell me it got a soul, to even acknowledge it.
Do they have to
So I
tell
don't
you
know if
that?
it got it.
Do they have
Well,
to
that's
tell you
that's a
that
that's
to be
one
able
way
to?
to differentiate. That's one way for me to know. That's one
Well, I
way for me to
mean, they
know.
don't speak your language. There are
They're beneath
whales.
me.
No, there are whales who have their own language and they sing in song and they can communicate with
And
each
and check
other.
this
They
out.
just don't communicate in your way. Does that
That's
mean
right.
that?
That's right.
So
And
so
we
you don't
are
understand whale language? So are you beneath them?
Well, because we know they have a language and they don't know we have a language, that makes us above them.
I disagree with that. That is ridiculous.
You
Okay.
can disagree, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, and I know that we're above them. We can go down there and we can record the echolocation and the sonar that captures their melodic sounds and clicking of the dolphins, the echolocations and whatnot from miles away. They can tap into each other's tones and octaves miles and miles away underwater, and they know how to communicate beautifully within their own circumference of where they live and who they need to communicate to. But at the same time, we have the intelligence, we have the divine wisdom to understand and decipher that that is not a scream for help, it's a song. Or sometimes it's a communication of, I want to mate. So let me make this particular octave, this particular note to communicate to a opposite gender that I would like to mate with them. And we, the divine spiritual person, understand this somehow. It's miraculous, but somehow we understand this and we can decipher that intellectually and put it in its proper perspective to understand. Every time we hear that, now we know what they're doing. They don't know what we're doing. They can never come above ground and decipher nothing that we're doing.
Let me ask you this. Say for instance, a Earth-sized atomic bomb hits the Earth, right?
Hold on, but would you agree with what
Oh,
I just said?
no,
Before we move on,
no,
you wouldn't
I
agree.
don't.
You would. So
I
hold
don't
on.
agree with that.
You're saying by you disagreeing with my last statement
What I'm
that they
saying
can
is,
hold on, that they can never come above ground. That's what I said. They can never come above ground and decipher nothing that we're doing, our communication, nothing about us. They can never decipher that. You said you disagree with that. Explain why you disagree with that.
here's okay. Let me give you my explanation. I believe that human beings are the guardians of the planet. I don't believe that we are divine over other animals. I believe we have a responsibility as the most intelligent to be the guardians, and that means take care of all life on this planet. That is our job as human beings.
Where did
That's why
this
we're
job come
trying
from?
to that hold on. That is our job as human beings, and that's because we have that intelligence. However, human beings should have enough intelligence to know that they are part of the animal kingdom. Okay? Let's say, for instance, if you start a new planet, right? We go to Mars. Okay? If we could afford to, we need to take as many of the animals on this earth with us as possible, if no other reason than to establish an ecosystem that we are used to, we love, and we can live in. Okay, we are not just animals we're not just divine beings on our own. We are nothing without other animals. We have to consume other animals to live. Okay, how powerful and divine are you if you rely on the substance of other animals and plants to live? You are as weak as what you consume. Okay, or
That's your question?
you're no, that's a statement. But what I'm saying is human beings need to understand that they are part of the animal kingdom. They just happen to be the guardians of life on earth, because we can destroy most, if not all, life on earth, but we also have a responsibility to all life on earth. That's why we try to protect the endangered species that's falling off the map practically every day. We have to keep that in check, because it's all of it is a part of an ecosystem, and we are no better than other animals, because I'm gonna tell you, we can't fly, We are not the fastest animal on the planet. We can't run the fastest. We're not the biggest land animal. We're not the biggest water animal. We're not the most in tune with the earth animal. We're none of that. We're a flesh and bones and some skin. The only perk we got is our cerebral cortex and our frontal lobe and our mind. That's one thing we have in our imagination, but that is our only advantage, really.
Okay, I've heard you out. You made several loose statements.
No, I made some facts.
You call them facts. You said all we are is pretty much a cerebral cortex.
We should be smart enough to know that we are part of the animal kingdom and we're not separate from the animal kingdom. We are a part of it.
Okay, now listen, without making, quadruple, different, loose points that you're trying to confirm loosely. Just answer direct statements. We can get somewhere with that. Just a yes or no or a quick direct answer.
Whatever you got, man. Throw it at me. What's up?
All right. Now, where is it written, or where have you read in science, or wherever, what resource do you have to validate that we are the guardians of animals?
It's not. I don't have to read something to know that. Okay. With ultimate power comes what? Ultimate what? Responsibility.
So hold on. So don't make a point. I'm trying to get the answer to my question.
I just told you. So I said I don't have to read that to get that.
So for clarification, you never read that nowhere.
What? I got a mind of my own, bro. I don't have to read everything to get an understanding of this universe and this world.
So your understanding is based off your own.
It is based off of my own.
It's not scientific at this point.
It's not. That's an existential question, bro. That's an existential question.
Listen, you don't have to. Question. It's just a question based off a statement you made.
Listen to me. What I'm saying is, it is an existential question, and here's the thing. I think that look, I don't have to always go into a book that somebody else who conceived out of their own mind put into a book just to validate my thoughts. No, I conceived that myself. Maybe I should put that in a book. But my point is, everybody comes up with concepts in their mind first before they even go to a book. This is my concept. My concept is simply, human beings are guardians of the planet, and with ultimate power comes ultimate responsibility. You need to, first of all, you need to know you are part of the ecosystem. You're a part of the animal kingdom, number one. And number two, you need to know that you have to protect every living thing on this planet as much as you possibly can.
That's 2 points. Pause. Okay. All right. So we acknowledge that your stance is based off your own loose opinion of how you see the world. It's
and that works well for me. I'm answering your question.
No, I'm making a statement. I'm clarifying.
Oh, that was rhetorical? Oh, okay. I can answer that?
I'm clarifying what you said.
Well, let me answer the question.
It's not a question. I'm clarifying what you said.
Go ahead, bro.
You said, you didn't read it. It's about your own opinion and what you understand and based off how you see the world.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me.
By nothing factual. It's about what you feel. Okay. That's what you would consider, I believe, is what you would consider a fact.
That's yes. Okay. No, first of all, hold on. Let me say this. I did not look. This ain't about whether it's a fact or not. This is about, you asked me a question. You asked me a question, and I told you I believe human beings are the guardians of the earth. I
I know
don't
what you
have to,
said.
I can think for myself, unlike a lot of other people who have to base their opinions off of what somebody else put in a book. Okay. They have to go and figure out what to think. I have I have the knowledge, I have enough information to come up with my own conclusion. That is my own conclusion.
What
And
information?
I would
Your own
prefer to
opinion?
do that than to go to somebody else's opinion and what they put in the book
Okay.
and adopt their mentality.
All
That
right.
is
So,
weak-minded to me. Okay.
right. I hear what you're saying. You come up with your own conclusions based off how you feel. We've substantiated
I
that. Now
think at
continue
some point
with this.
everybody does that.
Continue.
Everybody comes up with their own.
All
They
right.
don't
So
nobody come
now,
up with
all
everything
right.
or out of a book or something. They look at life and they observe and they come to their own conclusions. Don't play with me,
Okay.
man.
I can't get a word in, bro.
You
So
can
listen,
go ahead.
the bottom line is this. I'm gonna say it again. You come up with what you feel and you stand on what you feel
That's
based off
exactly right.
zero facts. Now continue with whatever you got to say after that. Ask me whatever.
So
You got
okay,
the
so
platform. Now we know what it
so
is.
why don't so okay, so you said human beings are divine and this, that, and the third, and you don't believe in bioevolution. Okay. Do you know that um there's a lot of proof of evolution through other animals, through viruses, other organisms on the planet? That now you said that you believe in bioevolution up until you get to humanity, right? Am I getting that right?
Wait a minute. I never said bioevolution. Define bioevolution.
That means living organisms, biological. So, do you believe that it can happen biologically, or do you only believe
What?
it in evolution as far as progression,
I
as far
told
as
you.
language and things like that? So you
I
believe.
told you there's aspects of evolution that I believe in. There's aspects of evolution. I believe once you make a car and it may have four wheels and it may have a propulsion to move it forward and a steering wheel and a frame and a mechanism that makes it stop and makes it go. It could be made out of wood. And then 200 years later, it can go 200 miles an hour. And it could be ran off water and oxygen. And it could be solar. And it could be battery powered. And it could all this and all that. That to me is a form of evolution. But the actual thing itself, the concept, the patent for what that creation is, has always been the same. And that aspect of it, I believe, is divine as far as it goes with human beings.
Okay. When you talking about it's kind of funny, man. When you're talking about mechanical
Kind of
things,
sad, actually.
well, hold on. When you're talking about mechanical things, man, that's not evolution. That's engineering, man. Okay. So you get better at engineering a car. Okay. Evolution is largely biological. Okay. Evolution is a biological thing. Let me ask you this. If you don't believe in evolution, how do you believe that human beings came to be?
I believe human beings were created in the image of the creator himself. That's what I believe. I
Okay.
believe that there was a creator that was here. There were angels that were here, divine creations that were supernatural to this realm that we live in. And together, I believe the Most High Creator, power himself, created something that mimics him. And he
Mhm.
called those creations humans. He created us out of the soil, the dust of the ground, which is brown. Especially the deeper you go, the darker it gets. He created us with the same hue as the soil that grows fruits and vegetables. So we were called humans as a result. Everybody don't even have a hue. So that everybody that you see is not even a human. So for that reason, he created us in his likeness and his image to be identical to him. He himself was never a gorilla. He was never a chimpanzee. He created chimpanzees separate from his creation of humans. Now, humans named chimpanzees chimpanzees. They didn't name us nothing because they're beneath us.
Okay, so chimpanzees are beneath the,
We got a debate about that?
yeah, we
Really?
do. Yeah, we do. Because people,
Oh, my
you
fault.
know what this is
This is your
about?
opinion.
You know what this is about, Black? This is really largely about the human ego. Okay? This is largely about the human ego.
Yeah, about opinions of
Human
No facts.
human beings have put themselves on such a pedestal that they think that they are better than
And let an
other
animal
and other
tell us
animals.
different. Let an animal prove intellectually that we different.
I have seen
That they
some
on the same
I
level.
have seen some human beings do some disgusting things that
No, I
I have
said let
not.
the
Hold on,
animals.
listen. I
I
have
know what
not.
you've seen.
Okay,
What
but
the
let me
animals, let the
finish what I'm
animals
saying.
talk.
Let me finish what I'm saying. I have seen some human beings do some unhuman things that other animals wouldn't even do, that couldn't even do, that if they could, they still wouldn't do.
Like what?
Due to YouTube, okay, I can't get into all of that graphic stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
Because they
everybody
kill
on
each
here,
other.
everybody on here,
The same way we kill each other.
that's
They
just one
maul
of them.
each other. The same way we maul
That's
each other.
just one of them. Yeah, they do that. But I'm gonna tell you,
But they don't think it's
a lot
wrong.
of times
We
when
know
they
it's
do
wrong.
it, it's for nourishment or protection. Okay, when
But
we
we
do
know
it,
it's
it's for
wrong.
a whole list of a whole bunch of other things.
They think
Okay,
it's right.
they're trying to live, bruh. They're trying to
Listen,
live.
I'm not mad at an animal for being an animal. I'm not
Yeah,
mad at that.
don't be mad
All
at a
I'm
snake
saying
for
is,
biting. Don't be mad at a lion for
yeah,
biting.
they're gonna do what
Okay,
they
they
do.
got to do what they got to
were
do in order to. Yeah. So
Listen,
what is this divinity that you give human beings when we got the biggest brain and the biggest capacity to think? We do some of the most heinous and dumb ish on the planet.
but at the same time, we do some of the most heavenly and divine and miraculous things too. There's a whole scope and spectrum that you're avoiding to
Yeah,
prove some
well,
loose.
I'm not
loose
saying that.
point.
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is,
We do it all.
until we do everything divine, we are not above other animals.
Well, whose opinion is that?
That's mine. I'll own that.
Everybody got
That's
one,
my
just
opinion.
like a booty hole.
That's mine, and I'm gonna own my
Who cares
opinion.
about an opinion? I thought
Well,
we was
look,
about science.
you asked me a
question,
man, and I answered
This
it.
ain't no. These ain't facts.
No, I'm asking. You asked me a question, I answered it.
Opinions.
And until human beings can be only divine, and or until we could do only good things, maybe that's our our focus.
You know what? You said only
our purpose
good
in life.
things?
Yes, only good things.
Who does only good things?
That's exactly right, bruh. Okay.
You know what that's called?
That means
Do you know what that's called?
that means we're a part of the animal kingdom,
Do
just
you
like
know what that's
all the
called?
other animals.
Do you know what that's called?
That's not called a human being. I could tell you.
Answer the question. Do
It's
you
not
know what it's called?
No, I don't know what it's called. What is it?
All right. It's called a false balance. Everything has to change. The sun comes up and is good while it's up, but it has to go down. And then the moon comes up and it's cool while it's up, but it has to go down, right? Everything is about balance in a balanced world. And this is even scientific. You don't even know that. When everything is always good or always bad, that ain't good for nobody. That ain't good for nothing. The sun comes up and it gives the amount of nourishment it needs for photosynthesis, for the vegetation to grow and do what it needs to do, but it rests too. Everything has to have balance. And in this world, well, the vegetation does, and humans do, right? We have what you call a rhythm, a circadian rhythm. Imagine staying up for 24 hours a day. How psychotic would you be? And this is the point, man.
No, you're not really making a point. You're not really making a point, because you said the sun goes up and goes down. That's from your perspective. The sun is probably closest to the most divine thing physically you can see. Okay, because it is there. Well, that and the earth. Those are the two most divine things you could physically see and touch.
But it goes down.
It doesn't go down. The planet just turns, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
Position. It
doesn't matter what your perspective is. It stays steady.
It has to move around.
It doesn't. Oh my goodness! It doesn't move around. The earth moves around.
How God positioned the sun and the moon and the earth.
We can't even agree on the sun.
Perfectly in rhythm with one another. One has to come up and to start the day.
It doesn't go up and down, man.
You know, I'm describing it, but I'm thinking, I'm giving you more credit to understand what I'm saying. The sun does not stay up 24/7. Would you agree with that?
No. Okay. The sun is steady in its position, and the earth revolves around it. Okay, right, the earth revolves around it. From your perspective, it looked like it's going up and down, but it's really not. It's steady where it is. Now let me ask you this. Okay, so God made human beings. Hold on, listen. We can't just keep talking over each other. Listen, God made human beings in His image. Okay, now let me ask you this. What was the second animal that God created in His image?
What do you mean the second?
Is there a animal that's right up under us in divinity?
I don't know of an animal that's divine like that.
Okay, well, the reason I asked that is because we share 98% DNA of chimpanzees and what's the other one? Orangutan?
We share 50% with a banana.
No. I'm not on the banana. I'm saying we share
banana got 50%.
Listen.
So keep going.
That's because we got potassium. Listen. What I'm saying is,
are you serious?
I'm saying the primate shares 98% DNA, more than any other animal. Wouldn't that make the primates? Listen, according to science. Wouldn't that make the primate? Listen, Black. Why you keep interrupting me? Let me finish the point. Wouldn't that make the primate the second in charge of divinity, or right up under us in divinity? And doesn't that mean the primate was also sort of made in God's image, since it shares 98% of the DNA of human beings?
Okay, now stop. That's your question. No. Real simple. No.
Why not? Why not? I mean, if it's so much like us, why isn't it right up under us?
Okay, you got to be quiet. Now, bottom line, I don't believe 98% for one thing. Who believes that? Who believes that?
Okay, the people who do DNA tests. One thing DNA tests did.
Okay, so hold on. Don't go to another point.
Go ahead. Answer the question.
Listen to the answer first, bro. That's how this thing could go.
You answered the question. You said no.
Bottom line is DNA, you already know, has been proven to be faulty. The technology itself is not a actual scientifically foundational. It is not. They qualified
They
a
do
banana.
DNA tests all the time.
Okay, so yeah, they do it all the time.
Okay, on us, they do it on mummies and ancient Kemet. They do it on a whole bunch of stuff.
Why does a banana share 50% DNA with a human?
Because it has. Look, there is a sequence you need in order to grow, in order to have potassium, in order to do a lot of these things. Okay, bananas just happen to have.
There's people out here who want to know this stuff.
It's funny for somebody who don't believe in DNA. You sure is using this banana. You sure is using this banana 50% DNA to try to make your point. At the same time, you don't believe in DNA. Why do you keep Black? Stop interrupting, man. That's not. Hold on, listen. You can't keep interrupting me every time I open my mouth, man.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is you can't make the same point that DNA is illegitimate and then bring up the banana DNA with 50% to try to make your point. You're contradicting yourself.
Okay, pause. I heard what you just said. You don't want me to bring up DNA and then bring up a banana because it's contradictory, right? I heard what you said. I'm acknowledging what you said.
Either you believe it or you don't.
No, hold on. Now it's my turn. I don't believe in the DNA. I don't believe in the aspect of DNA in the way you believe in it. You substantiate what you believe in based off DNA. There has some aspects to it, but I don't believe in DNA nowhere near to the tune that you believe in DNA as a foundation you stand on to justify genes and the connectivity of who shares what and chimpanzees and human beings being 98%, and then you reject the 50%. Oh, just the potassium aspect of a banana, though. Yeah, so you will qualify a banana because it has potassium. That's it? That's all it got? No, it has more than that. But you'll just justify the 50% connectivity of a banana with a human being. Totally different. It's not even an animal. It's a fruit. And you're going to actually entertain this type of scholarship to qualify a blipping banana with being 50% human or sharing the same 50% human genome pattern as a human being. And that's cool with you, according to what you think in your opinion. I disregard all of that as basura. To me, that's garbage. That is insufficient funds if I ever seen. That is
Are you a biochemist or a geneticist?
It's asinine to me.
Are you a geneticist?
I don't even know. I'm not.
Okay, so how do you think that they know more about that than you?
I don't know what they know, but if that's what they know,
I know more about that than you, bruh.
If that's what they know, I promise you, I know more than them.
They don't require you to believe them in order for it to be true. It's just like taking a red pill or a blue pill. You choosing to take your blue pill, and that's fine. But the red pill exists, okay, and it's for those who want to accept the real. Okay, you have every right to pop those blue pills that you're so happy doing. And they say, fine, go live in your fantasy world. Okay, but this is real. This is provable. It's provable. And
so we share 50% DNA with a blipping banana.
Yes.
And it's provable.
Yes.
That's the world you live in. Right?
No, that's reality.
That's your reality.
Maybe that is the world I live in.
Maybe that's your world.
I live in reality. I'm not good at
bananas.
I'm not good at popping. I'm not good at popping blue pills.
Monkeys.
Okay.
And bananas is your world.
I don't like denying facts that are provable. By the way,
supremacy has done a number on you.
That's ridiculous.
They
Anyway,
have done a number on you. Even wearing
what
yellow.
that got to do with supremacy? Okay,
You even
facts,
wearing yellow.
even black geneticists will come up to the same conclusion. Cut it out with it. Let's not even
man.
pull a race thing on that. But
Do you
anyway,
need a hug?
hold on.
A hug? What have they done to you?
What are you talking about?
They
man?
completely took your brain and put something else in it to make you think that we are connected to monkeys. That's what they. Dude, that's their number one insult.
Black.
That's their number one insult.
You're. Let's just put it this way: you're over 200 pounds. You by yourself are over 200. Hold on, man. Damn! Stop hogging the mic. You are over 200 pounds, right? At the same time, there is a lab rat out there, okay, that weighs not even a thousandth of what you weigh, okay? But at the same time, they do tests on lab rats. Why do they do that? Because genetically, they're not that much different than human beings, okay? Genetics is a real thing. They do test on lab rats to find out how they are going to respond to certain tests, certain medications, certain drugs, or whatever the case may be. There's a reason they do that. It's to limit, first of all, it's to limit the risk to human beings. But second of all, is because genetically they are similar.
Okay, so
genes mean something.
All right, I heard what you said. Now they do all these experiments on animals because we're similar genetically. That's what you said, right?
What I said.
Cool. So how come they don't just go straight to the source?
I just told you why.
Why?
Because they don't want to risk it. They don't risk testing human beings. It's inhumane.
So
they don't even want you to clone other human beings. So they can clone you, by the way, bro.
Hold on. So you said it's not humane, right? So why do it on an animal?
Because they have to do it on something that is genetically similar.
But why not us?
The only way to save I will say the best way to save. Do you want to be a medical guinea pig?
Why not do it on a human?
Some they have done it. You can actually sign up to be, a specimen for some pharmaceutical
on humans.
Some pharmaceutical. What do you mean? That is a ridiculous notion to do it on all human beings.
This is why they're doing it, right?
No, they
find out the effect on humans.
Dude, they're trying to do the effect on humans. At the same time, they actually do have some labs that you can sign up and say, I will be. Why do you keep interrupting me, man? What I'm saying is you can go to some labs and say, look, I will be I guess you could say a test. I don't want to say test dummy, but you could be a person or and volunteer to take some pharmaceutical pills. This is what they did with Viagra. Viagra was supposed to be a heart medicine, okay? But when they hold on, let me finish. When they did this, they said, look, okay, this is going to be the new heart medicine, okay? It's blue and all of this other stuff. Well, what happened is a lot of human beings, a lot of males came back and was like, look, the only thing I see out of this is me getting, an erection all of the time. It was like, oh, okay, so that's the side effect? Yeah, that's the side effect. Every dude came back was like, all I get is a rock, okay? And it was like, you know what? Instead of using this as some type of a heart medicine, maybe we can use this as, something else. And that's how Viagra was born. So to answer your question, yeah, they can test it out on human beings, but some of the more severe things like drug addiction and other more harmful things that could be done to human beings, they do on lab rats because genetically they are similar. And biologically, by the way, because they're mammals just like us. They're actually the beginning stage of mammals.
I hear what you're saying. question still remains. After all of that, I understand they're doing some. I'm talking about all. How come they don't go right to the source? If you want to know how, if you want to know what it would take to fix a car, you go to a mechanic. A mechanic he specializes in cars. He does not fix bikes. That's not his specialty. He doesn't practice on another mode of transportation. He don't work on trains. He don't work on trucks. He works on cars. A car mechanic works on cars. So my point in my question is, how come if you want to know what affects human beings, how come you don't just go to human beings every time? Because you'll definitely get your result one way or another every time, specifically when you're dealing directly with a human being. Every time.
I can't really believe this is a question, but I'll answer it this way. It is ridiculous to test on human beings every time when you're dealing with some unknowns that could be potentially inhuman. Like, look, listen.
Inhuman.
Hold on. Listen. We as Black people, okay?
These are rhetorical questions.
Hold on. First of all, we as Black people, we were tests for a lot of doctors. Okay,
it was unwillful.
We
testing.
were tests. We were
unlawful.
in
that was
the Tuskegee experiments. Okay,
yeah.
We went through a whole bunch of medical tests that were inhumane. Now you're asking a questionable question. That's the nicest way I could say it, as to why we can't get tested all the time. That is inhumane. It was for the Tuskegee Airmen. It was for a lot of other Black folks back in the day. So what the next best thing is to go to an animal that pretty much started mammals, which are the mice.
So bottom line, animals are beneath us. That's why we use them. They are beneath us. Period.
No.
Yes.
No.
We have a higher intellect, and we have a higher calling, a higher spirit, a higher nature, a higher everything. Yes, we are, for lack of a better phrase, guardians by default, but it's a choice. But the bottom line is, they are not us. We are separate.
What is this?
We are genetically.
What is this beneath ego tripping crap you're talking about, though, man? That's all it is ego, Black. All of this is based on your ego and trying to pedestalize human beings. Hold on, you're trying to pedestalize human beings as if we're some divine. I've seen human beings do the worst stuff on this planet. Okay,
right?
What I'm saying is, don't try to minimize other animals just because they don't have the frontal lobe and the cerebral cortex. That's our only gift. That's our only gift is our fucking mind. That's it.
They're not equal to you.
Yes, they are, because I'm gonna tell you, I can't fly.
They don't have what you have.
I can't swim for as long as them. I can't run as fast as them. I
but
can't
you can mutate. Something that
I can't turn into other colors like octopuses and other. And right I can't turn into bright colors like frogs. I can't do a lot of that stuff. That I can't be poisonous and bite you with a poisonous bite. I can't do none of that stuff. We tripping on one gift we got, and we think we're divine, and ego tripping about all this. I like, give me a break with all of that bull.
You don't understand.
I'll tell you one thing. One of those inferior animals can take your ass out real quick, okay, with just one bite. And see how bad you are in their element.
So you don't think, for one thing, you don't think for 1 second that if I dedicated my life of study to eradicating every animal and creature on this earth, that I couldn't come up with a concoction or a device that would blow them all to smithereens with one push of a button. You don't think human beings can do that?
Your ego tripping, Black.
Do you think that or not?
Your ego tripping.
Bottom line, answer the question.
Ego tripping.
Answer the question.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, then. So listen, all the biting you brought up, which is a specialty and a defense mechanism that was given to them by the Creator, right? And the different colors and all of that was given to them by the Creator, right? And a different, the orangutan gorilla super strong that was given to them by the Creator, right? They all have a pattern and a blueprint for their offense and defense, for how they move throughout this earth. They have their own positions, they procreate with themselves, and they have a culture and a kingdom within their own animal kingdom that they apply to and subscribe to. And it works perfectly. It is meant to do it exactly what it does. And as long as they do what they do, we can appreciate them from afar. But they are them, is my point. They are over there, is my point. There is a separation between animals and humans. And we're humans, and they're not, nor have they ever been. They are
you know what that's like.
We do scientific experiments on them because they are beneath us. And it's obvious, it is common sense, but I can't believe you don't understand or see it or know it to be exactly how it is.
Hold on. Okay, I got you. You know what you sound like though? You sound like a white supremacist. You sound like a white supremacist.
What?
They over there. Hold on, listen. Let me do my talking now. You sound like a white supremacist. That is the same stuff they said about African people. They are beneath us.
Ain't that a trip?
And that's why they did their experiments. I mean, if you
so we
let you hold on, I didn't interrupt you, man. Okay, hold on, Black. This is what you sound like. You sound like a white supremacist, saying they are beneath us, and that's why it's understandable why we are doing experiments on them. Okay. So let you tell it, they were justified in doing that crap to Black people because they had the dumb mentality that they were above and above every other being on this planet. Okay,
so I heard your point. Now,
which is absolutely ridiculous, just like it was for white supremacists.
Start adding on. Now, you're saying, because I heard you, and I haven't seen or heard you do this yet, repeat exactly what I'm saying to make sure I'm getting it right. You saying I sound like a white supremacist because white supremacists used to categorize melanated people
as animals. Yeah.
The irony of us coming full circle. Because I remember earlier in this conversation, I said, that's what you sound like because you believe what they said. We are animals. You believe we animals. You believe what they think. I don't.
No. That is bullshit. I said that we are all
animals.
I know.
I know we're not. I know we're men and women and
I know
humans,
what you said. I know what you said.
They believe
I know what you said.
You are an animal and a
I
monkey,
said that,
and you believe that.
I said that we are
sounds like the white supremacists?
Okay, I got you, Black. I got you. You didn't make a point. Here's the thing. I said that we're all part of this animal kingdom. You're saying
that's what you said.
We are above them. That is the same superiority complex that a lot of white supremacists had. And you are, as a human, are having that same superiority complex against other animals. Okay.
Dude.
This is where me and you differ. I don't sound like a white supremacist. Why? Because I don't put myself or humanity above any other animals.
Let me ask you a question. I heard you. You don't put yourself above.
You do.
Okay, you don't put yourself above any other animals, right?
Right. Everybody has a place.
Okay, so that's what you just said.
That's what I just said.
Now, if you get a pet, does your pet feed you or you feed your pet?
When I get a pet, my pet feed me and I feed my pet.
Oh, listen. All right, we good. We good. Your
My
pet feeds you.
my pet feed me attention that I want. Okay? That's why I bought the pet.
It's over.
Yes.
Over.
It's not a one-way relationship.
Go.
It's not a
Don't
one-way
even worry
relationship.
about it, man. Listen, it's all entertainment.
The pet feeds me my attention,
my case has
and
been
I feed my
proven.
pet food, and
Yeah,
that
we
is
good.
our exchange. That's why my pet loves me, and that's why I love my pet.
All right, so it feeds you attention. Okay.
Yes.
Next question. We good.
Yeah.
We good on that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you know what Australopithecus is?
Feeds.
The question is, do you know what Australopithecus is? You know, let me in on the joke. Let me know. yeah. Let me know when something funny was said. Okay. I'd really love to enjoy laughing with you. Right now, I can't do it. As long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters.
I can't believe it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you really made a point in the last half hour, but it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. Yeah. What do you? Why do you think people get pets, Black? I mean, the fact that you don't understand this is baffling to me.
How come pets don't get people?
How come pets don't get people?
Yeah, we equal. Like, how come they don't get us? Like,
sometimes when we fall in the river, they do get us.
They get us sometimes.
Sometimes when we're in their way, they do get us.
You can't believe this. What you say?
Sometimes when we're in the jungle, they do get us.
What do you mean get us?
They eat us.
Oh, kill?
They bite us. They kill us.
That ain't the same as us.
No, that's the same thing.
I go to the pet store and I get them. I'm not killing them at the pet store.
You know
I'm bringing them home and feeding them. When do they feed us?
Because
when do they care for us?
Other animals don't necessarily find us very entertaining. Okay,
I bet.
We don't really have nothing else to offer. We're not bright and colorful. We're not chipper all the time. We're not feeding into other animals.
Dude,
we're not doing that.
You need a show.
So
you need a comedy show.
Yeah, so why would they even bother? Even if they could purchase us, why would they? We don't have nothing to offer. We really don't.
Man. That's you, dude. You were hilarious. What was you talking about? Australopithecus?
Yes, Australopithecus. What is that?
What about it? What about it?
Or Homo habilis.
Homo habilis.
Yeah, Homo habilis. Not that kind of homo, dog. Come on now. Okay,
it's you.
Listen.
What's your question? What
okay.
About
Look, these are early humanoids that lived millions of years ago. Display characteristics, yes, millions. And they display characteristics that set them apart from other primates.
Okay.
Eventually leading to the development of modern human beings. So, when you ask, how did human beings evolve? The first signs of evolution came from Australopithecus and Homo habilis.